AJ's originally from England, and she grew up with sheep. And she's going to be very capably helped by her dog out there. She's going to get the sheep off the trailer so we can. We hope that you find the sheepdog demos to be informative as well as enjoyable. We will do some things that have practical application at home on the farm, some things that we do at sheepdog trials, and some things that have absolutely no practical application, but we do it because it looks good. Anyway, we've got some obstacles around the arena, and we'll be working those through the course of the demos. This is the first demo of the day. The sheep have never been off the farm before, so most of the dogs haven't done a demo in a year. So anything could happen. Alrighty, it looks like AJ's just about got the sheep off the trailer. They're not wild about their accommodations down there. I don't know if it's the canopy or the ramp, but here they come. The sheep that we're using for the demos are yearlings. They're a year-old. Blue-faced Leicester ewes from my flock. And they're in not quite full fleece. They have about 7 months fleece on them. So they do have a good bit of wool, so I'm certainly glad that it's not 90 degrees as it was earlier in the week. Alright, so AJ's just going to get her dog Collie, who's 4, to kind of settle the sheep down there. And Carla has her good dog Jan. Jan is also 4 years old. And Jan's going to demonstrate the natural gathering ability of these dogs. She's going out and around the sheep to be in a position behind them to fetch the sheep toward Carla. You can see that the dog's focus stays on the sheep. Carla has not told her much to do other than to go fetch them. And here are the sheep, pretty much at Carla's feet. That's all right. The sheep are a little fresh. Thank you. The sheep are a little fresh. So, read the first demo or two. Hey here, girl.
Thank you.
Well, she's okay. Just get them settled. So AJ's going to send her dog out over here. Send her dog Collie to pick up the sheep. Again, this is a natural gathering. She's on the sheep. We're on the outrun. She comes in behind the sheep and heads them toward AJ. Now, anytime we're working sheep, it should be done in a calm, quiet manner. The sheep are a little active because it is their first time away from home, because they are young. So they might be moving a little more quickly than we would want them to move. But can't really control their speed. Okay, hang on just a second, Carla. Oh, all right. Carla's going to send her dog again to a natural gather. She's going out and around. Coming behind the sheep. She stays well off of them and fetch them. Well, what Carla told her was to slow down a bit, because the sheep are coming pretty quick. There you go. Now, it's the natural instinct of the Border Collie, natural ability to gather sheep, but they also can be taught to take sheep away. So let's say that we're home on the farm and you want to take the sheep back out to their field and graze for the day. We've got 2 white panels down there in the far corner. And the panels would be a gate in a fence line that you may need to take the sheep through to get them out to their field. So Carol is going to communicate to her dog what she needs her to do to drive these sheep away. Even though they're natural gatherers, they can be taught to drive sheep away. Carla's talking to her dog using whistle. All the dogs are trained to whistle and verbal commands. All right, nice shot, Carla. And Jan. Fine. This is coming together pretty well so far. Sheep are a little active, dogs are a little active. Getting there. Now, you've heard Carla talk to the dog. We need AJ to come in. She's coming. And we're going to show you the basic commands you need to have on your dog to have it be a useful partner. We're going to give Dan a break because after all it is a little humid. Not that hot, but AJ and Kel are going to demonstrate. Come on, girl. Back to the middle. There you go. Back to the middle. Yep, there's a dog out there. We're not going out there. What do you think? Must be crazy. Anyway, so here comes Kel on an outrun. And AJ and Kel are going to demonstrate the basic commands you need to have on your dog and have to be a useful partner. Alright, right now, Kel is demonstrating the most important command you can have on your dog, and that's a stop. Because if you can't stop your dog, you can't stop the sheep. And we don't want these sheep running all over the place. These sheep need to be managed quietly and comfortably and not stressed. So you need to be able to talk. So your dog can either stop lying down, the dog can stop on its feet, but it needs to stop when you tell it to. So now, if you want the sheep to move, Kel would have to walk toward the sheep. The sheep feel the pressure of the approaching dog and they move away, like that. Stop him again. And the sheep will go, and they should be content to drift to a stop, although, hey girls. Alright, they're pretty content to drift to a stop. So you saw a cause and effect. The dog walks toward the sheep feel the pressure of the approaching dog, and they move away. Let's walk them up again a little bit, AJ. Alright, stop him. Good. Sheep felt the pressure of the approaching dog. They don't know exactly where he wants them to go, but they did move away. Girls, settle down. Like I said, it's the first time away from home for these sheep, and they're kind of lost. They're being worked by strange dogs to them. The only dogs they've ever known are mine. And I'm the only human that they really know. So, anyway, now, you've seen the cause and effect. The dog stops, the dog is usually content to stop. The dog advances towards the sheep, the sheep feel the pressure of the approaching dog and moves away. That's great if the sheep are going in the direction you want them to go. But normally they're not. So then we have to put flanking or directional commands on our dog. We need to be able to send it clockwise or counterclockwise to a position around the sheep so we can move him in the desired direction. So AJ, why don't you send him clockwise about halfway around to bring the sheep back to you? You tell him come by, and he's off on a clockwise path, right about there. And you can see if he puts pressure on him there, he's bringing the sheep back to AJ. Folks, I'm going to interrupt this for a moment because this to me is incredible. First demo of the year. We've got lots of noise out there. We've got about 1,000 of our closest friends around the arena. We've got me on a PA system. We've got strange people and dogs working these sheep. And look at how these dogs work. They're like little machines. They can tune. They can tune just about everything else out and still get a job done very well. So AJ, let's bring the sheep, go counterclockwise and bring them back to you. Yeah, that's counterclockwise. AJ's in England. Maybe they call the other way counterclockwise. Great Britain. Anyway, I am always amazed with the dogs. Taken out of their element, and yet look at what they do. All right, so let's stop him again. Stop. Now, you've seen a dog, you can stop when you want it to. You can advance the dog toward the sheep to make a move. You can send it clockwise or counterclockwise, anywhere you need it to be to send them whatever direction you might want to go. There's one more command you need to have on your dog, and that's to call it off when it's done a good job. So you say, that'll do, and get the dog to have a nice, well-deserved break. Thank you, Kelton AJ. Sheep don't like the applause, but keep it up. We'll desensitize them. Stay here, girls. Like I said, these are blue-faced lessons used. You will also see blue-faced lessons up in the sheep show and the breed's display marks. But these are really nice examples of blue-faced lesson yearly used. All right. Now, you've seen a dog follow commands. You saw Carla and Dan first right off. They didn't use any commands, but they did use some on the driving aspect of it. So what we're going to do is show you, the natural instincts built into these dogs through a couple centuries of selective breeding. These dogs have something called balance. Balance is an innate place that the dog knows it needs to be. That natural gas. This is a little dog named Chris. She's just over a year old. She's the youngest member of our demo team. Now, Carla is not giving her any commands, but Chris knows to go around these sheep to be in a position to bring them to Carla. Chris is coming around here. She's turned. This is what balance is. The right place to get the sheep coming nicely to Carla, not racing around. Okay, and if Carla turns and goes the other way, Chris will just counter that and say, gee, these sheep need to go with my mom. This is a wonderful little dog doing everything on her own. We are not telling her what to do, she knows what to do. And she's doing a very nice job of it. Moving her sheep nice and calmly. And anytime Carla changes direction, she can counter and make sure the sheep go with Carla. Nice job, Carla and Chris. Girl. Oh, we just saw a little youthful enthusiasm there. As I said, she's only a year old. She's doing a fantastic job. She red taped and poked her through almost all of that, and at the end she just had to say hi to the sheep up close and personal. Anyway, thank you, Carla and Chris. What's next? Oh, figure eight. Oh my. All right, if you've been with us before, you know that we have two white cones out there, and we're going to use the basic commands that AJ and Kel demonstrated to get these sheep to go around those two white cones in a figure eight pattern. Now, as I said earlier, there are some things that have no practical application that we chose you with the demo, and this is one of them. There's no reason any shepherd or any farmer would want sheep to walk in a figure eight pattern with two white cones in their field. But to show you if you've got a dog who's willing to follow a few basic commands, you can get these sheep to go in a figure eight pattern around two cones. Now, Kel's the first, almost said victim, Kel's the first competitor in this because we've decided to make the figure eight a little bit of a challenge. Kel's 4 years old, and I have his sister Nan over here, and they have a little sibling rivalry going. So AJ and Kel are going to move the sheep in a figure eight pattern using verbal commands, and then I'm going to use Nan to see if I can get her to do the figure eight with only whistle commands. All the verbal commands have corresponding whistles, and one reason we use the whistle is because it's far more understood and heard by the dog, especially at great distance, or in a distracting location, such as the highway. Anyway, AJ, let's see what you can do, because I think Nan, with that sibling rivalry business, she's going to try to top it. All right, let's see, they're going up through the middle. So that AJ can hear, Kel can hear. I'm going to be a little quiet on the mic. All right, they're going clockwise around the cone on the right. Gee, it sounds like a golf competition. Kel's doing a nice job moving them at a nice, steady, slow pace. Now they're going to turn back to the middle. And we're going to judge these. You're going to tell us which dog does the better job when we're finished. Kel, sheep say, where are we supposed to go? And truly, the sheep have no idea where they're supposed to go. They're merely responding to the dog, and it's up to the handler to put the dog in the right place. So this happens. Now they're going to turn towards the cone on my left. Stay here with me. All right, getting towards the stay here. It's a nice pace. All right, they got to turn and go back towards the middle. Make a figure eight. Oh, there they go, almost to the middle. Well, that's a pretty Pretty good figure 8. Well done, AJ and Kel. And again, that was just using the basic commands that AJ and Kel demonstrated earlier. Now this is Nan, Kel's splitter mate. And Nan says, oh, if my brother can do that, I can do better. So I'm going to see if Nan can do better using whistle commands. So I need to go off mic.
I think the girl did a better job.
Yes, that'll do. Thank you very much. Hey, so who do you think won? Kelt or Nan? I think it's unanimous. We're going to have to come up with some prize that she wins. And come here, honey. That'll do. This is one of the least favorite commands of the dogs, by the way, is that'll do. Good girl, Nan. Because I did okay. All righty, let's see what other fun we can have here. All right, now, I'm working the dog. I'm going to keep working the dog. Here, honey. Come here. We have some, you've seen the dogs working out in the center of the arena. I hate to be in the back row. Around him. Good. All right. Lie down, Rye. Lie down. Stay there. Okay. This is my dog, Rye. He's an 8-year-old male, and he and I have had a really nice career trialing. We're using him in the demos again this year. And what I'm going to do is have him stop, first of all. Thank you. We've got some numbers around the arena on the fence. So you folks have seen the dogs working out here in the middle, but we'd like you to see the dog's intensity up close. And also maybe admire these sheep up close as well. So I'm going to see if I can get Rye to drive the sheep toward one of these numbers so that you can watch the focus of the dog. His focus stays on these sheep, but he still remains attentive to me for his commands. Now again, the sheep have no idea what these numbers are. They don't know where they're going. So it'll be up to me, the handler, to put the dog in the right place to make this happen. But let's see if we can first drive them over to the number 3 on that side of the arena. Right there. That's pretty good, Rye. Stay there. Let's bring them over to the number 1 so you folks can see them. Wait. Right there, son. Right there. Right there. Lie down. Lie down. I don't think you hear me because of the PA. Oh, this is like two kids around the dining room table. Walk up, son. Attaboy. Walk up. Up by. Right there. Away. Away. The other way's away. Go. Good boy, thank you. Stay there. How about number 4 over here on the street?
Here we go.
Right there. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We have one more number, it's a 2 over on this side. Up by.
Kids were little.
You heard the kids?
Tried to herd the kids back up to the house.
That's not a bad thing.
No?
Well, that's pretty close. Thank you, folks. I get tickled because this just is so impressive to me. What this dog is doing for me. He's not doing it because I'm going to go over here and feed a steak to him. He's not doing it because I'm going to hug him and kiss him. He's doing it because he wants to be my partner. He wants to do what I'm telling him to do. And to him, this makes no sense at all. If he's taking the sheep and putting them in a pasture, that makes sense to the dog. To drive him over to different places along the fence makes no sense to the dog, but he certainly is more than willing to do what I'm asking him for this. Fry, that'll do, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. I know you're a very good boy. Come on, honey. All right. Next, why don't you get in the tub? You can get in. Get in the tub. This is how a hard-working sheepdog cools off. All right, now, back to some of our obstacles. You ready? Okay, the sheep are kind of well positioned down there because the next obstacle is down in that corner. Now, there is some practical application to this. Come here. Anyway, Carla and Jan, first dog that she worked today, again, 4-year-old female, are heading down there, and at that far corner, we have a chute, and there are many reasons at home on the farm with livestock management. We may want to run our sheep through a chute. If the chute is enclosed so that we can catch the sheep in a couple panels, and we can easily doctor the sheep, we can ear tag the sheep, we can check them out and see if they need anything. But this is a freestanding chute, so that makes it 100 times more difficult. And because it's at home on the farm, the chute would be along the fence, would be in the barn, to where the sheep couldn't avoid going through. But we've got a freestanding chute, and to make it even a little more difficult, we have a bridge in one part of the chute. Now these sheep have never done this before, and they've never been across a little bridge like that before. So we'll see if Carla, with the help of her good dog Jan, can convince these sheep to go through that chute and across that little bridge. Now this kind of an exercise shows the real partnership of the dog and handler because they're both trying to accomplish a goal. The handler is giving the dog commands because once the dog realizes that this is the goal to get them through the chute, then she will definitely help with this. But for right now, she's basically taking Carla's commands to get the sheep in the mouth of the chute. Boy, that's a mouthful. Which they're unwilling to do at the moment. Jan is staying well off of her sheep so she doesn't move them past it. Now she's walking up on it to convince them to get in the mouth of the chute. This kind of obstacle shows the real partnership. Now the sheep want to go around on this side. Can't go that way either. We've got a couple that are even looking in. That's a good thing to get some looking in. If you get the leader looking in, the rest of them will usually follow. However, I don't think any of these girls wants to be a leader. Maybe one went around, but that's okay. I think that Carla will because we're going to keep doing this weekend, so we're kind of training the sheep right now to do this obstacle. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 4 out of 5, Carla. Well done. Now you probably noticed that had to be done quietly. If the dog was racing around out there, hassling the sheep, they wouldn't have gone through there, but through quiet handling, both on the dog and handler's part, they were able to get that accomplished. Okay, we've got a couple more obstacles, but first, we're going to bring out the senior member of our demo team. There we are. He's 12. This is Kep. He is 12 years old, and he's been doing demos for a lot of times, and he's semi-retired now. Stay here, honey. Well, you can come with me. Kep, with me. Why don't you stay there while I'm setting this up? You be quiet, jealous. Stay there. Anyway, I've got the girls' pink bucket. Stay there. And love this bucket because it usually contains sheep. Stay there. Now, we've not done this before in the demo. But this certainly shows the practical application of a dog. I put some feed in there. Now, it's kind of far away. This isn't where they usually have food. Let me see if they'll come over to it if I take my pressure and the dog's pressure off. Come here. That's it. Good boy. He says, I know my job, Mom. They say we usually don't eat out of a black pan either. If you stay here, I'll go move it closer. You stay here. Stay there. Really, I mean it. Stay there. Stay there. He says, she's not going to let me do my job. She's making me stay over here. Hey, girls, I really have sheep. Maybe I'm going to turn the pipe on. Okay, now Kep's job would be, if we could set this up a little better, would be to hold the sheep off the feeder while I put it out. And we're going to keep working this throughout the weekend. Walk up, buddy. So what he would do normally, we had to encourage the sheep to come to their grain, but he would walk up here to make the sheep not want to come to the pen. Okay, now we've got it. Good boy. Walk him up, son. Attaboy, do your job. He loves holding sheep off feeders. Right there, son. Now, what I would be normally doing at home, Keppy, that'll do. That'll do. He says, that wasn't much. What I would normally be doing at home is bringing the bucket out to the feed pan. I'm going to tell him right now, since they're coming for it, Keppy, do your job. Do your job. Do your job. Attaboy. Do your job. And the reason we have sheep, we have a dog hold the sheep off the feeders, is if I came out here and there were 50 ewes that were very hungry and I had a bucket of feed and I didn't have a dog holding them off the feeders, not much of that feed would end up in that feeder because they would try to be killing me to get to it. Happy, we'll keep practicing this week and this weekend, and we'll see if we can smooth out some of the rough edges. Anyway, that's a dog holding sheep off of feed, but not real well. He also isn't. Says who, me?
Makes me want to watch Babe.
Yes, always. There's the phrase.
That'll do, Babe.
He hates when they walk up behind him. Well, walk him up, Cat. Get up, buddy. Okay, I'll call him off so that they're not coming after him. Because in the sheep's mind, they were chasing the dog off. And we don't want that. We want the dogs always to be in charge. Anyway, all right, girls. Now we have some other obstacles around the arena, and we will keep working on this holding sheep off feed demonstration throughout the weekend. We want to try them all too. Okay, Carla and her good dog Jan again are coming back out here. And we have an obstacle that is quite difficult. And at some of our trials we see this. Carla, I'm going to explain to people what it is. So, come over here. Hang on. Which way you want to go first? Okay. So, the goal of this obstacle. Go on, girls. Good. The goal of this obstacle is to bring sheep through this way, straight through. They can go there, they can go there, but we want them to go here. And then bring them out, turn them 90 degrees, and then go through this way. They can go out that way. No, go out this way. So this is extremely difficult to convince 5 sheep to do this obstacle correctly. The handler and the dog, again, are working in partnership to accomplish this. And it is not easy. Pressure's on, Carla. Give it a go. And everything that we do here at the demos is basically like we do at a sheepdog trial. It's our best attempt. It may not always work, but usually it does. Now, this is looking pretty good. Now, let's see if we can turn them. You can see the dog has to stay well off of them so she doesn't push them past the opening. And Jan is working really nicely. She's quiet. She's taking directions well. Carla can influence the sheep a little bit because this is a team effort. Come on, girls, walk right through there. They're thinking about it. One thing about sheep, they perceive an obstacle like the chute or the Maltese or a pen. They perceive that as a trap. And they don't like going into a trap because they think being domestic sheep, well, let me back up. When they were wild sheep, they perceived a trap being the next step, a predator's meal, if they went into a trap. Now, domestic sheep feel if they go into a trap, the next step might be the freezer. But these girls are working pretty well. Carla's putting just the right amount of pressure on. Look at that, marched right through all 5. Well done, Carla. And that would be full points on that obstacle if we were in a sheepdog trial. Cool. Okay, one more obstacle here. We've got AJ and Kelt back out here. And they're going to put the sheep in the pen. Now, we often put sheep in a pen at home on the farm, but this is a freestanding pen. There's no reason any sensible farmer or shepherd would have a pen out in the middle of an arena and try to put sheep in. It would be in the corner of the fence, it would be in the barn, but to make it more challenging at our sheepdog demonstrations and our sheepdog trials, we have a freestanding pen. And once again, this shows the partnership between the dog and handler to convince these sheep to go into the pen. Girls are working pretty well. But it's not any hotter. Now, Kelt's taking direction nicely. He's nice and calm. That'll put the sheep more at ease to perhaps go into this pen. They've been in there once today. So let's see if we can get them back in again. He's doing a great job. All right, AJ's allowed to influence the sheep a bit. She can't touch them in any way. She can block them like that to keep them from going between her and the gate. Again, we've got the no leader situation. Oh, look, where they all want to be leaders all of a sudden. She needs to get the gate closed. There you go. Well done, AJ and Kel. Now, there's only one thing we have left to do, and that's put the sheep back on their trailer to give them a well-deserved break. We're going to take them down where the blue canopy is, put them on the trailer down there, give them some hay and fresh water, and let them rest until the next demo. We'll take the siblings. All right, Ann and I are going to go down to the other end and help. They were not real thrilled about going on the trailer earlier. And Ann can assist her brother with this. You be quiet. You had a turn. And we'll see if we can get these sheep back on the trailer. We really thank you for coming down and watching the demos. We hope you enjoyed it, found it informative. We'll be back here again at 1 and again at 3. And again tomorrow, the same thing, 11, 1, and 3. We hope after the demo's over, you enjoy the rest of your day at the Manila Sheep and Wolf Festival. It is a wonderful event. So much for coming.
But they're so quiet. They're not being out there.